And welcome back to Bayou Time as we wish everyone a happy Memorial Day, the whole weekend, of course. But we also celebrate and we work at HTV to showcase those that are still remembering those that have fallen so that we can have a holiday and we can have a weekend to enjoy with our family. We now go to the Regional Military Museum where a ceremony took place today, as it does every year, to honor those that have fallen before us.
Welcome, everyone, to our Memorial Day ceremony. If everyone is ready, we're going to ask for a moment of silence and a little private prayer for those that have gone before us. I'll now turn the mic over to Ms. Adams.
Everyone, please stand. Presentation of the colors. Color guard. Hot hand. Hut. Right shoulder. Horns. Color guard advance. Both the colors. Present home. Ready? Two. Color guard, retreat. Now, please be seated.
We will now play each branch's melody, and we'll ask when your service branch melody is being played if you stand. U.S. Army. United States Marines. United States Navy. United States Air Force. United States Coast Guard. Thank all of you for your service. We will now outdoors have a flag ceremony if you wish to attend and come back and be seated for our guest speaker. But right now we're going to have the flag ceremony outdoors. Now, I would like to introduce Mr. Brock Tarbert, who will be our guest speaker today. He is a U.S. Army combat veteran, and he's president of the local nonprofit South Louisiana Veterans.
Thank you, sir. I got it. Good morning. I would like to thank the Military Museum for allowing me this singular honor and giving me the opportunity to be with you all today. I am humbled and privileged to be able to speak on this sacred day where we honor our fallen. It's a tremendous honor to be up here today. I'd also like to thank my beautiful wife, 14 years, and our 5 children, Cody, Carson, Quinn, Luke, and Allison, for being here as well. Memorial Day for me is a time of somber reflection and profound gratitude. A day where we remember our fallen soldier, sailor, airman, and Marine. Some volunteered and some were told to go. But either way, they answered the nation and called to serve. Today, we show appreciation to the warriors that left their families behind, their friends, their freedoms that many take for granted. Over time, these warriors used different weapons to fight for our freedom. They used a sword, a musket, bayonet, rifle, and a machine gun. Often, they'd marched into battle on foot, countless miles across whole continents, with little water and even less food. Some rode to battle on horseback or in wagons, some on trains, later in tanks, on jeeps or Humvees. In the earlier wars, warriors sailed to battle in ships made of wood, that was fueled by the wind. Today, we honor the warriors who fought in Lexington and Concord as our nation was born. We honor the warriors who crossed the Delaware on Christmas Day in 1776, where our freedom was on our side. We honor the warrior who defended the Chattahoochee River in the War of 1812. We honor the warriors of the Civil War who fought against their brothers and for their brothers at Gettysburg and Bull Run. We all learned that day we would never be divided again. We honor the warriors of World War I that marched the morn and held the line at Belleau Wood. The war to end all wars, they called it. Most called it hell. We honor the warriors who fought in World War II, from the beaches of Normandy to the Battle of the Bulge and the sands of Iwo Jima. They stood against tyranny and kept evil from destroying the world. We honor the warriors of the Korean War, the forgotten war. But we must never forget. We honor the warriors of the Vietnam War that fought in the Mekong Delta and Hamburger Hill. We honor the warriors that fought in Grenada, Panama, Somalia, and other desperate places around the world. And finally, we honor the warriors who fought in Iraq and Afghanistan, in Baghdad, Fallujah, Ramadi, and Kandahar. With all the technology of night vision goggles, global positioning systems, drones, lasers, thermal optics, it was still the warrior that did the work. Taking patrols up mountains, through the streets that suffered through the heat and the cold. Remember these warriors that went out night after night to confront our nation's enemies and confront the evil face to face. Without the warriors of the American Revolution, the world that we know today would not be the United States. Without the warriors of the Civil War, the America we know today may have never been possible. Without the warriors of World War II, we would be living in a different country where freedom of choice or the right to vote no longer exist. Without the warriors that fought on the global war of terrorism, we would be living in constant fear. These warriors were not just sailors, soldiers, airmen, and Marines. They were also a son, a brother, a father, a daughter, a sister, and a mother. They had hopes, they had dreams for the future. They wanted to watch their children grow up. They wanted to watch their daughters cheer competition. Excuse me. They wanted to watch their sons' t-ball games, coach their son's football team. And watch their son score a basket at his basketball game. They wanted to walk their daughters down the aisle. They wanted to teach their sons to be men. They wanted to kiss their wife again, grow old with her, be there to hold her when life got hard. When they told her that he would be there for her, he meant it. When he told their children he would be there for them, he meant it. But they gave it all away on some distant battlefield for on a God-forsaken patch of dirt. They did not hesitate to defend the liberties that we experience on this very day. They didn't just sacrifice their lives. They sacrificed their future, their hopes, and their dreams. They sacrificed everything for you. Remember what they sacrificed so you can truly appreciate the incredible treasures that you have: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I personally have a close connection with many, too many, who I thank and show gratitude to and give my respects to on this historical day we call Memorial Day. I felt the alarm bells ringing in my body, the combination of fear and adrenaline as I moved towards the fight and didn't run. I've heard the cries for help, relying on the courage of others to bring everyone home. I've tasted the salt of my own tears while standing in front of the flag-draped coffin burying men I was humbled to call my friends, or the bone-chilling feeling when you hear the opening notes to taps. I don't wish those experiences on anyone. Having those experiences change you. It changes you the way you value. It changes the way you appreciate yourself. Most will never understand the sacrifices required to keep evil men away from our doorsteps. During my time of war, I lost 12 of my closest brothers. 33 of my brothers were awarded the Purple Heart. 21 were awarded the Bronze Star. I was a part of a unit that was awarded the Presidential Unit Citation. The Presidential Unit Citation Award is equal to the Individual Distinguished Service Cross, the U.S. military's second highest award of valor. During my unit deployments, several hundred enemy combatants were killed and detained. Over 2 million pounds of ordnance, of homemade explosives, were confiscated. The battle space was occupied forcibly by our task force, Denali, 12 miles southwest of Baghdad, and the Al-Qaeda were sterilized from our area of a size no greater than New Orleans, with only 180 paratroopers in responsibility, supported by close aviation and fire support. Of the 12 friends I've lost due to the cruel environments of war, after getting shot at every day, multiple gunfights, getting blown up by IEDs, picking up my friends' body parts and placing them into body bags. There's only one name that will forever be embedded in my heart, mind and soul. His name is John Bourbonis. Private First Class John Bourbonis is from Boise, Idaho. He was 19 years old when he died on April 12, 2007, while manning a machine gun in the crow's nest of our patrol-based dog in South Baghdad when a dump truck filled with explosives sped towards the southern end of the patrol base. Private First Class Bourbonis held his position and shot and killed the driver, saving many lives, including my own. 1,500 pounds worth of explosives detonated and caused multiple buildings to collapse, where we were trapped for hours, some days, under the rubble, all while fighting the enemy, the Al-Qaeda, in numbers that were not in our favor. But it's because of John Bourbonis I can enjoy the life many take for granted. I can enjoy the feeling of being loved by a loving wife and able to experience the feeling of being a father to wonderful kids. We come here today to honor the fallen warriors, but I think about the brave heroes that I personally knew who suffered and died fighting for this country, and I realized the miracle, how lucky I am. Without their sacrifice, their selflessness, actions, I wouldn't be alive here today. I've lost over 2 years of my life in combat, 12 brothers. I've missed my oldest son growing up for the first 18 months of his life. I have no bitterness. I feel fortunate, proud, and I'm honored I can serve my country under the most difficult circumstances and return with even more love and devotion for my and your exceptional America. We're here today to honor those service members who has given the ultimate sacrifice and remember their courage that it takes to defend our country. We're here today to honor America's heroes, to remember their achievements, their bravery, their dedication, and to say thank you for their selflessness to this country. Today, we honor all soldiers who left the comfort of their own home to fight for the freedom that we enjoy today. We all have scars from war, physical scars, maybe mental ones. But I'm so grateful and so fortunate that I was able to contribute to this country and I came home safe. We must have humble gratitude for the fallen service members and their enduring sacrifice, not just Memorial Day, but every single day that we live. Never forget where the freedoms we enjoy today come from. It came from sacrifice. They gave up everything for their country, and all we can do is remember. Remember and be grateful. Remember them always and make every single day Memorial Day. I'd like to close with a quote from Ronald Reagan. As we honor this Memorial Day today, let us pledge that their lives, their sacrifices, their valor shall be justified and remembered for as long as God gives life to this nation. Thank you.
as a special recognition of all of our veterans who have given the most sacrifice they could, we're going to have a bugle play taps. Will everyone please stand? Present arms, bugle sound taps. Order. Arms, please be seated.
We want to thank the Woodman Lodge 870 from Chauvin for providing the food we're about to go eat. Thank you all so very much. We also want to thank the Terrebonne Parish Jeepers Club. They prepared the food that you're about to eat. I would also like to thank the parish council members that are here today. Y'all have always supported our museum, and we hope that you will continue to do so. We thank you for that. So now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here, and the food will be ready when you get across the street.
And God bless all of those who served and still serve us here in our nation to help us maintain a free country. We appreciate your efforts. We'll be back with more, and don't forget to check out all of our stories on Facebook and YouTube as we post everything of significance right here in our area. We'll be back.